Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Super Metroid Multiworld tournament race. Today it'll be WillCutGrassForRupees versus BearPear. WillCutGrassForRupees has Best Cartridge and Farflu, and BearPear has Azure and Fluid Bear. The player for player 1 is Azure and Farflu, and player 2 is the way this is going to work is the player 1 for each team has their own seed, and the player 2 for each team has their own independent seed. And basically this is going to be them racing sort of against each other, but working as a team, sharing items. They're going to have items in each of their own seeds. It could be for themselves, or it could be for another, or it could be for their teammate. 200 items in total, and they're shared between each other. And co-coming with me today is Rumble Mins.
Hey, good evening. Should be an excellent race. Do you know by chance? I didn't see, but if this is a major, minor, or a full rando?
Oh yeah, I believe it's major minor.
Excellent. I'm a big fan of major, minor over full, but we'll see. It definitely has different implications on how they run the seed.
Yeah, major minor's more interesting when you have close to, or when you have teams that are like close in skill. I think major minor is a lot better because it's more about just playing well, and there's really only one big gamble, which is going up or down red tower. But even in multi-world, that decision doesn't matter too much. It's really only in solo. So major minor really is more about how well you move with the item set that you find.
Yeah. And we have early speed booster for our player 1 players, Asger and Farflu, at the normal morph ball location. So it's likely that that is their explosives to get into Terminator and Green Brinstar. And early wave beam for our player 2 players, which is not necessary by any means, but it's certainly nice to have.
Yeah, I feel like the sooner you get that wave beam, the nicer it is. And it looks like MM2 is gonna probably... Okay, no, just wanted to check that item.
Yeah, I think he's looking for some player 1 explosives for sure. Coming out of the starting area without any kind of bombs is pretty unfortunate. Not as bad in major minor as it would be in full, but it still is a lot of checks that you're missing to get some missiles and supers. But luckily they have supers both already, and we do have Polar Bunny going the meme route, or the route through the left of Retro Brimstone.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this route. Power bomb routing is a lot nicer, I find, when you do Brinstar first and then loop back around to fight BT.
And she does find explosives for Asger almost immediately, so that is nice. And Asger gets his own wave beam, so that's good too. Nice. Quad wave beam early.
Best beam in the game.
So we should probably explain for anybody that doesn't know the difference. When we say major minor versus full, major minor means that all of the major items, all those ones on the tracker, plus E-tanks, are going to be at the locations, pretty much the locations within each other. And Polar Bunny, you had wave beam. You didn't need to do that. Versus full rando, where all of the items are shuffled amongst each other, even the missiles and super missiles. This is, as a rando player, and PvB is a very experienced rando player, you almost never get to that wave gate with wave. So muscle memory almost dictates that you end up doing the cake glitch instead of just using wave. It looks like we're going to get a gauntlet check from MM2.
Yeah, he won't be able to make it out, or can he? Oh, yes,
He got screw attack.
Oh,
I'm not sure. He must have picked that up from Farflu, maybe at Farflu's Terminator or something, because Polar Bear... Or no, sorry, they're cross. I'm confusing myself. I'm not sure where that was.
Chat saying it was at BT.
Oh, okay.
So they're on BT.
All right. That does make the gauntlet check a lot cozier.
Definitely. Yeah, there's a lot of the risk of going gauntlet early is kind of mitigated when it's multi-world, because you can just reset and not have to finish. But yeah, there's that other screw for his partner.
Wow, so we got early wave, early screw for both players. A lot of nice comfort items early. Speed booster, our only real movement item right now. That does give them easy access to wreck ship if they decide to go to wreck ship first.
Ooh, Farflu fell down in the Decor pit. Okay. He had a tank, so he could make it out, but if you don't have any tanks, that's really rough to try and spark out.
We should also mention that this is a winners match. The winner of this match will go straight to the winners bracket in the bracket stage of the tournament. The loser will end up playing the other 1-1 team. I'm not sure if they've done that match or if it's later. And then they'll... Oh man, Varia down there. The teams that win 2 games go straight to the winners bracket. In the bracket, the teams that lose 2 games will be going to the losers bracket. And MM2 can also pick up that Varia here.
This is looking to be like a pretty comfy seed.
Yeah, especially for player 1s, right? Player 1's got Varia, screw attack, and speed already.
And there's gravity for player 2.
Wow.
For PvB.
Well, that is also, I believe, wreck ship access for PvB. Although I guess CWJ is technically in logic, so that could be your access. But gravity makes it a lot easier to get in there.
Yeah, there's not too many items that PvB can't check right now. Of course, like more E-tanks for hell runs, but with that gravity suit, it does kind of make things pretty open.
Mm-hmm. And Farflu remembering that they have wave beam, not doing the gate glitch. Good job.
Excellent.
Right, so our first runner who's going to have to make the choice, I think, of whether or not to go up or down is going to be Azure. I would be a big fan of Azure going down here. He's got speed, he's got Varia. There are a lot of checks in lower Norfair that you can go do, since he doesn't have to worry about hell runs. I don't know, it just seems like a more dense play, but we'll see what he decides to do.
Yeah, looks like he agrees.
Excellent. I feel really good when my rando strategy aligns with Azure. I'm just gonna say that's nice validation.
Yeah, and also, hopefully by the time he makes it near Lower Norfair, he has enough ammo to kill Ridley, and he doesn't have to come back later.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, our player 1s have no missiles, which is more annoying than you would expect. It ruins all of your muscle memory for item select to not have missiles at all at this point. Picks up plasma, which is nice, but not. It doesn't really do much unless they find charge. It's a little bit helpful. That screw attack also is going to be nice if he decides to end up going down to Lower Norfair. He's actually skipping Kraid, going straight down to the Business Center, which I guess is a little more dense, and maybe is trying to find some items for PBB to open up more of the game to her. Maybe speed booster, ice, things like that. Oh, I like how WillCutGrass is in sync in the new bridge room.
Yeah, with Azure, it is interesting. I think like probably one of the bigger reasons is maybe just that density of the items, but I would expect, oh well, I was thinking like maybe you want missiles for the quick kill, but I don't know, maybe he's just as comfortable with doing like a P-shot into 4 supers.
And both of WillCutGrassForRupees is going up to wreck ship, it looks like, along with PBB. So Azure's just all by himself, is lonesome down there in Upper Norfair. But we'll see if the double wreck ship play pays off for the lawn maintenance crew over there. You know, this seed has been pretty stingy with energy tanks so far. This is, you know, for on our right side we have 4 and 1, on our left side 3 and 2. That's it's been a lot of other majors. Usually you get a few more E-tanks at this point.
Yeah, I think that's why I'm more of a fan of MM2 and PBB going up to wreck ship. Because you know, like you could hell run, but it's going to be really tight. So
yeah, for sure. And you don't really want to go to Meridia this early. You can't, you know, you could check Mama Turtle. Yeah. That's about it. It looks like Azure's heading straight to Croc. Betting on Croc. Gonna go see the puppy dog.
Wow, Croc is being exceptionally rude.
Yeah, Azure didn't like he has plenty of max ammo, but doesn't actually have a ton of actual ammo in his thing. So he's playing it safe, clearing out that goop that Croc spits at you, but should be fine here. He's got 3 more supers here. That should push him all the way back.
Okay.
Yeah. Looks like it was just an E-tank, I think, at Croc.
Yeah, it was an E-tank. And meanwhile, PBB finishes off Fantoon. I think that was a 3-run, actually. I'm not sure if it was 3 or 4.
Yeah, very nicely done.
Yeah.
Had gravity, but not a lot of, like, 1 E-tank. I'm not sure what she has in her reserves, but, you know, Fantoon can do a surprising amount of damage very quickly if they're not paying attention.
Yeah, and in this, like, sort of settings, Varia actually doesn't reduce environmental damage, I believe, right?
Gravity doesn't.
And then gravity doesn't, sorry, yeah. And, so yeah, I've messed up on that a bunch of times, thinking, oh, I can take this spike hit, and then, oh, I take 60 damage instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, so actually, without Varia, Gravity Suit's pretty much sort of acting like a kind of half pseudo-Varia suit when taking damage.
And, X-ray and a reserve tank for Azure. Not the 2 items you're probably looking for, but we'll keep going.
Hopefully
no
he finds charge, though. He can make use of that X-ray.
Yeah, Croc play not really paying off here. PvP gonna do a save. I really like this save in Wreck Ship and Multiworld, by the way. Because if this item at Wreck Ship E-Tank is anything except something you need to keep, you can just reset and be back. And plus, this room right here, especially without Varia coming in, super deadly.
Interesting. So it's a space jump for Farfaloo. That might help movement a little bit, especially given he has Screw. Could make up some time with that.
Grappling beam might not seem super relevant, but if Astor decides to go down, it is actually nice for farming in Lower Norfair. And getting over to the reserve up here if you can get up to the right. Getting up in Bubble Mountain with just speed is one of the most annoying things in the game. Look at that, grappled just in time so you can get over.
Very nicely timed.
Just a vanilla reserve.
And vanilla missiles. So far, I don't think we've seen anything from either players, right? Anything big?
I mean, the only wreck ship item that's been big has been Space Jump, and Charge Beam for player 2, which is on the upper left of your screen, in player 1's wreck ship E-Tank, so that's good. And as you can see, Farfaloo just resetting there. The way Multiworld works, MM2 gets to keep that Charge Beam no matter what, so you can just reset, go back to your save, and not have to come all the way out. You could be an Astur swapping missiles there. And I believe that was Space Jump for Polar Bear Bunny.
Yeah.
And Farfaloo got gravity. Somebody says that looked like gravity, but I don't know where they picked it up. Was that player 1's? No, that was Space Jump. Player 1's at E-Tank.
Space Jump was where was it? Player 2's wreck ship E-Tank was Space Jump.
Where was Varia for player? Well, Farfaloo and Astur's. Oh, they both got it now. Wait, no, they've had it forever. What am I talking about? I'm so confused. Chat, you're supposed to keep me straight here. This is all your fault.
And there's a Ice Beam for Astur at Wave Beam, so I mean, yeah, it'll be kind of rough, I think, going to LN now, but it might be doable with using those power bombs.
It's not great. Like, worst room in the game would be pretty tough. I think he'd have to do the wall jump.
Yeah.
Okay,
so that would. Like he's leaving.
Yeah. So I think he's probably heading up to wreck ship.
Yeah, and we know that there's only Space Jump as far as I can tell.
Yeah, and I think Polar Bear Bunny did skip the gravity item for what it's worth, which was just a reserve, so that worked out well.
Okay,
I don't know if it looks like Farfaloo is not going to get the reserve item, so I assume they checked it and it's not worth getting. Oh wait, no, that's
it's speed locked, but
Farfaloo has speed.
Area.
But Farfaloo has speed.
Oh wait, he has speed?
Yeah, he's player 1.
My bad. I got confused. I keep getting confused. Yeah, my bad. No, MM2 checked the wreck ship reserve location and it was Varia. Farfaloo checked it and it was an energy tank. That's what it was.
That makes sense. All right, so player 2's Varia. Polar Bear Bunny and MM2's Varia is locked behind their speed. So that is unfortunate. That's not what you want to see. Yes, Astur did Upper Norfair before Kraid, which honestly makes a lot of sense. Kraid's a lot slower, and he has more of the gear that he needs to finish, so go to the more dense area, try to get as many items for PvP as possible to try to catch her up. Oh, and player 2, so Polar Bear Bunny skipped gravity, presumably after seeing Varia at Wreck Ship Reserve, and Speed was at Gravity.
What? Oh my.
So that means they're going, like, she is not getting Varia. Like,
That's unfortunate.
that is very unfortunate. They're gonna check literally everywhere else before coming up here and checking this. And I agree really with the play. Like, you see Varia there, the chance that there's anything. Like, what else? Does she really need? She doesn't need anything really. Ice or speed, and that's it. And so skipping the gravity and getting out and looking for more items makes a lot of sense with everything else that's open.
Yeah, I had a similar situation with my first multi-world seed. Me and Stashio, we were like constantly like going back and forth. Like, do I go into bowling? Do I check bowling? Because Varia was at Wreck Ship Reserve, right? Eventually, we just like skipped bowling. And thankfully, Speed wasn't there, but we were so worried if Speed was gonna be at Gravity. Like, that's constantly on your mind.
It wouldn't be so bad, but additionally, Polar Bear Bunny is really low on E-tanks. Like, they would need to find a lot of E-tanks to make a Varioless lower Norfair comfortable. Luckily, she does have Space Jump Screw Attack. That certainly helps. She does have Gravity, which does help, even if you're not protected against heat. It does lower the damage of all the enemies. But, ooh. That is the worst case scenario for how those items fell for them. Oh, Crane. Sit back down, Crane. What are you doing? Oh, there's a couple more E-tanks, but that's still a long way to go.
Yeah, and we know she's not going to get speed either, so it's going to be kind of a rough LN. How many tanks would you need to get in order to be comfortable with a suitless LN?
If I had... So she's got Space Jump and Screw Attack, which helps a lot. That will speed up things a lot. I would probably want at least 8 or 9 E-tanks to feel really comfortable. I know a lot of people can probably do it with less, but you also do have the opportunity in Multiworld to go down there, and if your partner finds an E-tank, they can wait by it and hope it's for you to give you a refill. But it can be tough, and you can get stuck down there because you can't count on Firefly, you can't count on Ridley E-tanks. So you can run out of options pretty quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I would also... Usually I'd go with maybe even 7 tanks in this loadout. But yeah, you really want those power bombs and ammo for Crystal Flash.
Yeah, and people are saying she has two Crystal Flashes, and that's true, but you're going to want 30 supers for Ridley, right? And she has exactly 30 supers right now, so she would want another 20 supers, really, to feel comfortable to be able to do 2 Crystal Flashes. So it's not there's a long list of things you need to have to do suitless lower Norfair, and I don't think, like, they're not going to even worry about it for a while. There's charge, and that does help. Oh, it's for Azure.
Where was...
Player 2's charge is was in Wreck Ship for player 1, so I think Azure will get that for PvB, but we'll see where that goes.
Her beam isn't great, though, regardless.
Yeah, and she doesn't have access to the back of Meridia unless she's going to Crystal Flash Clip. I don't know if she knows Crystal Flash Clip or if she's going to check the sand pit here.
The high jump boots were at Crade, Farfaloo's Crade and Azur's Crade, Varia, I guess.
Player 1's gravity was found pretty early, if I remember right. Player 1's Varia is at Wreck Ship Reserve, and their speed is at Wreck Ship Gravity. And Polar Bear Bunny has done Wreck Ship, but did not do any of the bowling checks. There's high jump boots for Azure. That does make Lower Norfair very possible for him. He's good to go now. Aside from Suitless Meridia stuff, if he wanted it. And looks like PvP's gonna go check Shaq, and I don't blame her. For her, well, I guess she has Upper Norfair checks that she could do now that she has enough health for hell runs. But other than those hell runs, it's this or go back to Wreck Ship, and that would be an odd choice to make, to head back there now. Everybody wave to Shaq Tool. Can you imagine how frustrated Shaq Tool has been for, I don't know, like thousands of years, just going around in that small square trying to dig, but the wall is there? Like, why would they put a digging robot there with that wall there, where they need Samus to come blow it up with a power bomb before it can actually do any work?
That, you know, I never thought about that. That's a good, interesting situation. Maybe they thought, you know, maybe they overestimated Shaq Tool's digging abilities, and they're like, oh, there's this power bomb block here. Oh, you can dig through it eventually, right?
You'll get through. And I have a feeling this is going to be a disappointment. Well, you know what? Actually, Ice Beam's pretty nice to find there, and that will help. I think there's a good chance that MM2 does not get Ice Beam. So that is going to make up some time and give Polar Bear Bunny access to the back of Meridia now. Not the access you really want, but it does give it.
Yeah, at least it'll kind of stall her a little bit so she can get more tanks and feel more comfortable with the Suitless Lower Norfair.
Yeah. There was a really good chance that Ice was somewhere in Lower Norfair, in her Lower Norfair, and then that was all she had left. Although maybe if she doesn't find Ice there, she ends up going back to Wreck Ship while she waits for something else to do, because she's not in shape to do Lower Norfair yet.
Not yet.
Very nice bowling spark from Azure. I mean, he had space jump, speed, grapple, and every other possibility of getting through there, but the spark is still, the best way. The coolest way, for sure.
It's the coolest. This is true. But if I may interject for a second, if we're talking about the frames, space jumping is a few frames faster.
Oh.
And I like my frames.
Well, if you like them so much, how come you don't want more of them? You want less of them. Seems like you hate frames.
Damn. Okay. You flipped the table on me there. Yeah, actually 8 frames. Despise.
And Astra's gonna go get this E-Tank. It's nice that it's for PvP, so that's good. And then we've got a lot of Upper Norfair checks going on here. We've got MM2 with almost the full loadout, just missing Ice and Plasma.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there was much in Upper Norfair, right? Just E-tanks, it
Yeah,
looks like.
there really wasn't anything there.
Rough.
I mean, we know where all of the major items are at this point, right? Like, we know where PvB's... we don't know where Player 2 Plasma is, and that's it. Otherwise, Varia and Speed are in Wreck Ship for Player 2, and... oh, we don't know where Player 1 Gravity is, but there's a good chance that that's in Lower Norfair. It has to be in Lower Norfair somewhere at this point. Well, it doesn't have to be, I guess, but...
Yeah, I think that's the only remaining, like, thing we have.
There's some Meridia checks for Player 2 that it could be at.
Yeah, it's gonna be LN or Meridia. Well, I think, can't Gravity be at your own Lower Norfair? As long as Lava dies in Logic?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so it could be in Asger's Lower Norfair, it could be in PvB's Lower Norfair. It could be at Player 2's Waterway still.
Okay. Yeah.
So there's a few places.
That would be even more rough.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I mean, at that point, I feel like both teams will have done Suitless Meridia before they get that far.
Yeah. This is kind of looking like a Suitless Meridia play if you want to go fast.
Yeah, I mean, Asger's got every... Well, Spring Ball would be nice to have, I guess, but it's got everything else that you would want for it.
Oh, and Azure can, what's it called? Microwave. So, like, the boss fights are pretty trivial.
Yep.
And then he can X-ray climb out of Dragon. So, actually, I feel like in his circumstance, I would just go Suitless at this point.
Well, he'll go down and do Lower Norfair first.
Yeah. He probably feels kind of far behind, I think, with having to backtrack all the way to Wreck Ship, finding nothing.
And I think they are still in a situation where they are trying to find speed for PvB or at a bunch more E-tanks. So he's going to be checking items wherever he goes.
True. Yeah. So yeah, that would probably incentivize him to go to LN first rather than just trying to beat the game. You're right.
Farflu checking this miner. I guess he is. Does need ammo. Hasn't found charge, and I don't remember where Player 1 charge was.
I'm pretty sure it was left sand pit.
Oh, okay.
Tried to go for a spike suit there.
They may never find that either.
Yeah. I think they're probably like kind of in the go mode mindset. Oh, but I don't remember where high jump was.
High jump for Player 1 was in Meridia, I believe.
Yeah, so it was left sandpit had Player 1 high jump, and then charge was at Mama's early tank. So yeah, Meridia was pretty stacked.
Yeah, right now Farflu, I don't know if they got the spike suit, but if they didn't, that's a high jumpless lava dive basically is what they have to do to get down to Lower Norfair. Didn't get the spike suit. Okay, well, I guess we'll find out if they can do. It certainly seems like they're going to trying to go to Lower Norfair, taking that save and heading this way, and Goop sparking into the ledge. Spike suit is a way of storing a shine spark, and I won't go into all the details, but it basically would allow Farflu to spark up in the lava dive room rather than having to do a much more difficult wall jump. And just another E-tank at Plasma. That's better than a reserve or something, but not the speed booster that I think Polar Bunny was hoping to find.
Yeah. I think, are they out of checks now in Meridia?
Yes. I think PBB has checked everything in Meridia at this point. So she has to know it's either in Asger's Lower Norfair or it was at Gravity. So I think at that point, like if you know that, do you just head up to wreck ship because you know I have to head there anyway. I have to go to where Gravity is. If maybe it's that, or Asger comes across it while he's going through there, and that's going to be probably faster. Like you're probably going to get it by the time you get to bowling, regardless of where it is.
Yeah. Personally, if I was in their circumstance, I'd just say, you know, screw it. Let's just go. We're go mode. Let's not find any more suits and just play.
Even with only 35 supers?
Yeah. Because PBB has base jump and screw attack. I mean, I would be comfortable with it, especially like you feel like you're behind, so you need to make up time somehow. You know, like you don't want to try and take it safe per se.
That's true. And
yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how MM2 and Farfaloo feel at this point, but...
Oh, Polar Bear Bunny has all of the upper Norfair checks to make yet. So, okay, that makes a lot of sense to go check those first.
Right.
Presumably, there's some E-tanks here. That will likely make it more comfy. I still... you don't really want to be using even charged Ice Wave Spazer on Ridley. And so you're going to want, I would think, at least, 40 or more supers so that you can Crystal Flash after the Ridley fight.
Exactly. PBB's Varia is at her own wreck ship reserve, and yeah, Speed is at own gravity. It's an unfortunate circumstance.
It is a bold play with the worst possible, like, the only really terrible outcome, right? Like, I guess the only other bad outcome would have been if, like, Asger's gravity or her ice were there, and that was blocking getting speed in some way. But, 90% of the items that could be there wouldn't be worth going through bowling to get.
I do wonder now, like, where could player 1's gravity be? Because I think they're kind of running out of checks now. MM2, so we already know that it's not in LN, and MM2's LN. And we know that it's not in Meridia because PBB did all of that, so there's not many checks left.
Yeah, it's got to be in player 1's LN. It could be here at Ridley or at Firefly. I don't think Asger checked Firefly on the way down.
He did.
Oh,
Yeah,
did
it was
he?
an E tank for himself.
Does that mean it's at player 2's waterway?
Yeah, it could be that, or I think Suitless could also potentially be required.
That's
So
true.
it could,
That's true.
yeah, Suitless Meridia.
So it could be Mama Turtle, Left Sandpit, or Shack Tool, I believe.
Yeah.
But if it's in any of those cases, even if it's at Waterway, clearly Asger's not getting it. he's just gonna finish the game at this point. Oh, there's those high jump boots for Farfaloo.
Oh, not getting it. Oh wow. Oh wait, okay, never mind. He just messed up. I was like, is he really gonna skip that? And then
Well, I mean, Farfaloo already did.
Suitless?
He already did the hard part of getting down into Lower Norfair. What's the?
No, I was thinking like if Suitless Meridia was required and you didn't grab those high jump boots.
Oh, did he not get them?
No, he did. He did.
Oh,
I thought
okay.
he was gonna skip them, but he actually just messed up. So.
Okay. Kind of surprised Azure isn't checking some of these miners on the way out here. Just to give Polar Bear Bunny more ammo for crystal flashes.
Yeah.
I don't think his suitless Meridia is going to be very slow. So I think he would still be ahead, even with, especially those checks on the way out of Lower Norfair Escape. There's at least a couple of them that are very on the way. Very nice Ridley from Farfaloo there. All right, Polar Bear Bunny's energy is a lot more comfy for a suitless Lower Norfair. It's gonna do it, and she has 40 supers, which is a lot nicer than 30. 30 power bombs. So it looks like she is foregoing speed in Varia and just gonna go take on Lower Norfair.
Good luck. Oh yeah, she does have Croc first. That's true.
No. Yeah, I don't think anything was here, so hopefully it's E-tanks.
I don't know if MM2 even checked. I don't.
You know, what do you think about this Croc check though? Like if you got speed here and ran all the way up to Wreck Ship and got Varia and all the way back down, like that's a big time investment. It could be that Polar Bunny's just not comfy doing suitless Lower Norfair, and that's a totally fine call. But I think if you're gonna find stuff here, an E-tank is really the only thing that could be helpful. Maybe she's looking for Spring Ball for Azure. I guess that could be useful, but I don't think he needs it.
Yeah, looking for Azur's grab, that is true. Yeah,
I don't think they need to find Azure's gravity though.
I think it might be closer than it looks at first. Well, yeah, I don't know. It's a hard question, I think.
Yeah.
It really depends. Like, it would certainly make Azur's Meridia faster, obviously.
I guess it depends if they're in the mode of still looking for Polar Bear Bunny speed, or if they have given up on that and are just getting out. It does look like MM2 is going to go look for at Plasma. I assume MM2 has killed Dragon. So yeah. MM2 pretty far ahead of Farfaloo right now, because Farfaloo will have to do suitless Meridia. Makes sense to do every check that they have available to them to try to find that gravity. We know they're not going to, but it still makes sense to do these checks.
Oh, there's a gravity suit.
It's at grapple.
Yeah. So
okay,
so MM2 didn't check then. That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
So yeah, Azur's definitely gonna beat Farfaloo here, I think. But it's gonna be really rough for PBB either way, because no Varia.
Yeah, and I don't think Azur's gonna have many checks left to try to find things for PBB either. I don't think there's a whole lot left for him to check.
Yeah. Hopefully he just finds E-tanks, I think, in Meridia. There isn't anything he could find. I think there's only E-tanks left.
Plasma. I mean...
Oh, Plasma, true.
But even that, I mean, Plasma would certainly be nice. But honestly, if I were them and I was Azure, if I found an E-tank, I would stand there until PBB needed it, and then get it and hope it was for her. because you're so far ahead at this point of your partner. Yeah, and it was for him anyway, so
Oh my
didn't
gosh.
PBB's Varia is at PBB's wreck ship reserve, and PBB's speed is at her gravity.
Okay, yeah, PB's not gonna do LN, so it looks like she's gonna head back to wreck ship, and she will be disappointed to see that speed.
Yeah, and it looks like MM2's leaving, probably going to go finish the game. I guess they think that they're close enough that having him go do... Oh, he's checking X-ray, I guess, and then maybe finishing... Not going down to Croc to check those 2 items.
I feel like at this point it's kind of out of his mind. If I was in his situation, I probably would have forgotten about Croc and just, you know.
Yeah, that's very true. You're probably like, I did all of Norfair.
Right, yeah. And then I just go check Waterway after this and then just beat the game.
Yeah. I do know if I were Farflu, I'd feel a lot better if I had Spring Ball. But I'm not sure what their RBO experience. They certainly know how to grapple jump, so that's a good sign.
Oh, Farfalu loves RBO. He's
okay.
Grinds it all the time, so he has like I think a 113, somewhere around there. Yeah, with all safeties and double Norfair and Meridia, so he's really good.
Okay, all right. He certainly looks like he knows what he's doing, so that's good. Maybe he feels totally comfortable doing just doing it with what he's got. I do think if you wanna learn to rando, I think learning RBO is a great starting point, which this might sound weird, but RBO forces you to learn a ton of the tech that you want to know to do rando.
Definitely. That and low percent.
Yeah.
I agree.
Azure checking his shack. Oh, it's his spring ball. Vanilla spring ball.
Spring ball, let's go.
And Polar Bear Bunny gonna be happy sad to find speed here.
Yeah, if I was in that situation, I'd just kind of be like, let's just forfeit now. I was right here, right next to this item, and I skipped it.
She'll shoot the orb, power off console, disconnect. I don't think so. I think they will. At least she didn't run through it. Go all the way back around. That would have been horrible. Yeah. So now, very much go mode for our runners. And MM2 already in Turian. Farfalu getting ready to Crystal Flash. You see he unequipped Varia so he can drain down some health. And PBB gonna go hunt down Ridley and get out ASAP.
Yeah, I'm gonna make the long trek of shame back to Lower Norfair.
We got double Dragon microwaves going on. that's not something you see every day. One going into a Crystal Flash. You don't get to often use the microwave into Crystal Flash tech to get out of Dragon.
Yeah, definitely. Sounds like a RBMBO strat.
And there you go. He's got the blue suit, the orange blue suit. Gonna do a grapple escape here. First try, very nice. Before the door was even ready. That's very nicely done. He's gonna get out here. Don't do what I do in half my RBO runs and bonk your head here. Then you're good. Nicely done. And he's got the comfiness of space jump to get out of here. Should be no problem getting back to Turian at this point.
That was a really well executed Suitless Meridia and all.
Well, as our runners kind of clean up the last of their stuff, make sure you give these fine participants a follow. They all stream a ton of Super Metroid, and a nice speed Zeb skip by MM2. Thank you, by the way, for a pro piece. Tracking Multiworld SM is super hard. There's all kinds of stuff going on, and there's no fanfare. Excellent job. MG, I'm going to have to bow out at this point. I've got to go prep for my own race, which is in about an hour. So hopefully we see a bunch of y'all there. Check that out. I think it's on SpeedGaming 2. Should be a good race, hopefully.
Yeah, it should be a good one. And thank you for coming with me for most of this race. Good luck.
Thank you.
And yeah, thanks to ProPiece for tracking. Having to watch 4 people all at the same time is pretty rough. But yeah, as they're finishing up, I wonder why actually Azur is checking Plasma Beam here. I think at this point he's just kind of then going backwards. True, yeah. I guess so. That's kind of what I was thinking, like maybe he's just, I guess, messing around at this point. I don't know if there's anything that's going to speed up PvP, except I guess Plasma Beam. You want to find that Plasma. And Barflu is almost out of Suitless Meridia. There you go. Jeej. Yeah, blame me, guys. I'm sorry. Even though I didn't roll the seed, blame me. I take full responsibility. Oh yeah, looks like Azur's looking for ammo. For an easier Ridley fight. All missiles. Alright, will MM2 escape in time? He's doing it. The map completion escape. Shoutouts to all the Mappo homies out there. This one's for you. Nice spark. Player 2 Gravity. Let me remember what that was. No, not Wreckship Reserve. Wreckship Reserve was Player 2 Varia. Oh, the grapple, that's what it was. I don't actually remember. Oh, there we go. Jeej. MM2 finished with an official time of 55:36. And I think I have to give him extra points here for doing the map completion escape. Very well done. Now PvB has to make the long trek back to Turin. You never really realize how many rooms there are in this game until you watch a randomizer. Was it the own Rex? I don't think it was Waterway. That was where Player 1's plasma beam was. MM2 got plasma beam for Farfalu. Yeah, they're the players are diagonal. So MM2 has Polar Bear Bunny seed, and Farfalu has Azure seed. MM2 got his own plasma beam then? Oh wait, that makes sense. Oh yeah, never mind. I'm actually going crazy. Okay, whatever. Yeah, because PBB would have gotten it then, but she didn't have speed. Okay, whatever. I'm not good at this. That's interesting that Farflu turned out Varia. More comfortable with the RBO fight, I guess. It is a little dangerous. It was at player 1 gravity was at player 2's grapple beam. And player 2's gravity was like all the way in the big, like they had gravity instantly, I think. I don't actually remember where they picked it up, but it was really early on. But yeah, Farfalu's gravity is at MM2's grapple. Right, and now Farfalu's in the escape. Will he do the map completion escape? He gets extra bonus points if he does. Don't you want the bonus points? Don't you want them? Don't you? I guess he doesn't. Sag. There is no timer with Mother Brain. But yeah, you can. The timer doesn't start until after you kill Mother Brain, so it doesn't matter how long you take to kill her. You can take an infinite amount of time if you want. And with that, Farfalu is done with an official racetime.gg time of 101.25. And with that, WillCutGrassForRupees takes the win. GG. It was pretty much decided with that speed location. That really kind of threw everything in a loop. It was pretty brutal. And are we joined by MM2?
MGA?
Dude. Nice escape, bro.
Thanks.
Improve.
Yeah, I practiced. I practiced Escape Room 4 beforehand. That was the only thing I practiced.
Yeah,
Just
nice.
that.
Good spark.
Yeah.
And yeah, hey Farfalu, GG you guys on the win.
Thanks,
how are you
GGs.
feeling? Yeah, how are you feeling about that seed?
We were a little scared about Farfalu's gravity and my Croc.
Yeah.
And the two of those having the same thing. But yeah, really the biggest thing was Farfalu's bootless lava dive, but I guess that was gotten quick enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
to be
I think-
honest, I was a lot more scared about that lava dive than the suitless Meridia. Last thing I did that actually was in the SM Rando League last year. Was my last bootless lava dive, so yeah, I was scared it could take a lot more tries than that.
Right, yeah. Thankfully you had a lot of E-tanks.
Yep.
Yeah, and I mean your Sulis Meridia was like excellent. You caught up to Asder when he was already in Meridia and he had gravity. You like zoomed through that, so yeah. The big difference between you guys was that MM2 you went through bowling and found Speed Booster, and that was kind of it at that point because PBB saw Varia and just left.
Oh no.
Yeah, and
That's
kind of
yeah.
ruined everything.
Yeah, Where's P2 grab? Because I wasn't looking at my credits.
It was a grapple beam.
I assume P1 grapple beam.
Yeah, P1. Yeah.
Okay.
You said P2?
Yeah, P2 gravity.
Well, wasn't that your gravity? I actually don't remember. You got it like super early.
No, my gravity was somewhere in Farflu's game. Oh boy, Ozger's capture card is having a great time.
Awesome. What a way to done with an official race time .gg time of 103.50.
GG's.
GG's.
Yeah, I was like, I guess I'll go through bowling because I'll probably just not end up getting that Varia and be sad and do Varialess LN. And then I was speed, and I was like, oh my god, it's speed. I don't have to do Varialess LN. Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah. That was kind of the big thing. Like, was PBB gonna do suitless? At the end, she didn't, but yeah, it was just you finding that speed really set the tone for the whole thing. Because I was actually surprised that Farfaloo decided to go up direct ship alongside you. Azure was the only one who went down. I don't think it mattered too much anyways, because there was like nothing in either of your guys' seeds, really. The only thing that made a difference was that speed and Varia. And then technically, right, logic said that you had to go to Croc. And then after that, there was not really anything else.
There was my charge in Farfaloo's wreck ship, I believe. But
okay.
Outside of that, it was pretty empty.
This was this was a pretty nice beam seed too.
Yeah, where was my ice?
Oh, Shack Tool. Your Shack Tool.
That's lovely. I love Shack Tool. Yeah. At least I got to finish on the best beam though, so I'm happy about that.
True. I was very happy about that as well. What were you gonna say, Farfaloo?
Oh yeah, it was because we had that conversation about going up or down for me with Varia already, but we already anticipated the high jump less lava dive and worse in the game, stuff like that. So we know we are facing good opponents, so we decide to play it safe and go red ship both.
I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, plus it's major minor. Yeah, plus it's major minor, so you don't have to worry about like sky missiles sucking and low ammo with attic missile and dumb stuff like that.
Yeah, I would just be worried with just doing wreck ship in general, like quickly enough, you know. It feels like a slow kind of area to check. Cool. Did you guys have like besides that whole like bootless thing right at the beginning, did you have a certain mindset or game plan before going into the race?
Remember that it's major minor and not full. Because yeah, like 15 seconds into the seat I was like, I need to make sure my brain's in major minor like mode. Like I don't think about this as full. But yeah, I didn't really have any issues like that, so it was good.
I did one, but probably you didn't even notice. I went to Mission Impossible missile, power bomb. But yeah, when I entered the room, I kind of hesitated, but just went through the whole thing.
Oh, I didn't even catch that. That's funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it looks like we're joined by BearPear. GG's, you guys.
Thank GG's MM2 Farfaloo.
GG's PBB Ozger.
So what did y'all do?
We got my very first trip in wreck ship. That was.
Shut up. That's a bad play, and you know it.
I was planning on skipping it, so I just was like, I'm gonna do bowling just because I'm here, and if I don't do it and it's like something I want for Varialess LN, I'll be sad. And then it was speed, and I was very happy.
I think that's kind of a good point. I think in my perspective, like, I want to avoid doing various LN, and you were kind of looking for an excuse to do it, and then got really lucky making a bad play. But I see it kind of being a better play for you in that regard.
Yeah, I think once again we gotta see that's really bad for our style.
Heckin'.
That's really good for yours.
Yeah, so at any point, PBB, were you thinking about doing Variolus, or you just wanted to find that speed booster?
It took a while for me to have enough stuff, and then, like, I had, like, enough max stuff, but, like, I was not full on my ammo at all, and I don't know, I just figured there was a point where I was like, it's not going to make a difference either way, to be honest.
Right.
I'm either going to be farming for an hour and being bad in suitless LN, I'm sure, or I just go get it, because it's probably there.
So I think there actually ended up being, I didn't think of this quick enough, but I think there were enough good E-tanks for you in my Meridia that it actually would have been viable, but at the point where we had to make the decision, it didn't seem like it was going to work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what was funny was, like, when you made it to Meridia Azure, there was, like, both of you guys had all the majors, essentially, so we knew that there was only going to be E-tanks. And then you went to that left side sandpit, hoping that, I mean, I assume it was for PBB, and then it turned out to be yours, and you were, like, full on E-tanks, I think, at that point. It's just, yeah, it's unfortunate. It's funny that the person who is incentivized to do suitless is the one that doesn't get any tanks.
Yeah, like, I had just one for a while, and then I started getting some about, like, 25 to 30 minutes in. So you guys, you didn't find Farflu's gravity. That's kind of what I suspected.
Yeah, we skipped. I skipped my Croc because at that point I was exiting LN and Farflu had just done Bootless Lava Dive to get into his LN, and that was like the only thing he had left. So I was like, I should probably rush Meridia and see if I can find something to get him into go mode, and then see if I can find his gravity along the way. And then yeah, I just couldn't find a good time to route Croc in because I was already out of Norfair, and it's slow as fuck to get back to Croc.
Yeah, that'd be like a hard decision because Croc probably would have been slow for you at that time. I'm not sure though. Maybe you had charged plasma.
Nah, I got plasma. I got my plasma from my waterway like right before I hit G4. So.
Oh.
Yeah, looking back on it, I didn't realize, but it is kind of risky, I feel like, in your perspective, MM2. Where Farflu doesn't have actually like items to be able to do suitless Meridia. So skipping Croc, like, what if his, high jump and his gravity was there? That would have been pretty rough for you.
Yeah, but that's like 2 items in 2 spots versus 2 items in like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spots in Meridia plus X-ray waterway. That would have been fine for me. For us.
But I mean, weren't you feeling like you were like the person who's ahead, right?
Yeah, I was, but I was feeling like I had to get to the density of Meridia quicker, so there was a better chance I would have got Farflu's stuff.
You wanted to get him the stuff sooner rather than later. That makes sense.
Yeah, exactly, because I didn't want him to be wasting time doing dumb crap to get into Meridia with no high jump and no spring and no whatever.
Oh yeah. The layout even had me confused. I'm sure it was confusing the whole time. But, so you found our plasma at Watery. That's what I said too. I was like, Bup, you could find me my plasma or some supers while I was on my way down. And I was like, yeah, my plasma's probably just at my waterway. So, at least it wasn't at like Fireflies or behind Ridley, where it actually would have saved time.
Yeah, I think besides the ammo, I mean, you had high jump, space jump, and screw attack, right? So
Mhm.
it seemed like Ellen was going to be pretty safe. But yeah, it was just the ammo situation. You want to be able to Crystal Flash and then also kill Ridley and not die.
Yeah, I probably would have gone had I been actually full on my ammo, but I was very much not full. And I don't know, I just don't have a lot of experience doing suitless Lord Norfair and would probably heck it up. And they probably wouldn't heck it up, so it likely wouldn't have mattered either way.
Right. Well, you guys have anything else to say? BearPear or WillCutGrass?
GG's, good luck against whoever y'all play next. I know we're done with groups since we took 2 wins.
Well, yeah, GG's, guys. And thank you, MGA, for comms, and Rumble, who did comms, and ProPeas for tracking.
Yeah, thanks to comms and trackers.
Of course. Yeah. Congrats, MM2 and Farflu for the win. And good luck, PBB and Azure, on your next match.
Thanks.
Oh yeah, Mappo best.
Mappo best.
Yeah, this should have been an SMZ3 match.
Yeah.
I wish it was an SMZ3 match. I would have enjoyed it more.
Me too.
Reroll.
This is like the perfect team matchup in this tourney for that.
Peek into Criteria map room. Where's Zelda?
Cool. Well, with that, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to follow the runners, and if you so choose, to follow the comms and tracker. Thank you to ProPeace again for tracking. 4 people is always an arduous task, and hopefully we'll see you guys next mission. Thanks for watching.